What's up everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. Jordan Hood here to help you out. Today's tutorial, we're gonna focus on how to create a staff profile. So having said that, let's jump right in. As you can see, we are on the demo environment here, and right under staff, we have view staff, timeline, and create staff account. That's where we're gonna go and create the staff account. So before I go into this, I know a lot of you already have a big roster of staff, right? Whether it's 50, let's just say 50 plus, and the last thing you want to do is go and type one by one, right? And build out each staff member's profile. What you can do is come over here to need to import your staff, click on this, there will be a description of what to do, and we'll also have some Excel and CSV templates that you can download and then fill those out, and you could submit those to us, and then we can bulk import those for you. That way you don't have to go and do one by one, which would be very time consuming, I'm sure. So basically what those templates are, it's this exact layout that you're gonna see, and each section will be its own column. So the account status, the user role, the staff type, first name is a column, last name, phone number, you get the picture all the way down. So I'm just gonna build out a staff account here for you to run you through this so you can see what it looks like from start to finish. All right, so let's say we just did an interview, we like this person, we're gonna activate them, we're gonna leave them as active. You could also put them as pending because maybe you're waiting on some more information, some documentation you might need before you can activate them. But I'm just gonna leave this as active now. User access role, I'm gonna leave standard staff user, right? That means they just have access to see all their upcoming work events. They have their own calendar that they can update and put when they're unavailable, etc. And so right below that, we have staff type, and this would be an employee or a contractor, depending on how you want to categorize the staff member. And then you would start to build out their profile. You put their first name, you put their last name, you put their phone number, their email address, their date of birth. Here you can put their pay rate, right? Maybe you negotiate a specific pay rate for this staff member, and that's their default pay rate, right? And you can do it by hour or event, day, and shift. Event, day, and shift are just straight time rates. It'll calculate that even though on the payroll side and time tracking side, even if you calculate their time, if you have an event rate set, it's gonna still give them that event rate because that's gonna be the flat rate. Or if you leave it hourly, it'll then on time tracking, the time tracking side, the hourly rate will be calculated as hourly, right? And so below that, we have bill rate. Disregard that because we're gonna be removing the bill rate from this section because it shouldn't be here on the staff profile. There was one client in the past that wanted it there, but it just doesn't make sense and it hasn't been a request and it's just kind of dead space. So we're gonna remove that. That's just a little insight. And then below here, we have positions. Positions are, you would build these positions out in the settings section. I'll show you that in another tutorial, but you can build out as many positions as you want. And you could assign each staff member to as many positions as you'd like as well, because maybe a bartender is a chef as well. Maybe they're part of the cleaning crew for some other events. Maybe they're an event director, whatever it might be. Maybe they're a manager. You could toggle as many positions to that staff member as you like. Also, you can set specific pay rate to said position for that staff member, and that would be the default rate, right, that they would utilize. I mean, that would populate within our software. Right below that, we have the work type desired. Are they part-time? Are they full-time? Are they contract? You can select that here. And then here is their address. We actually calculate the commute distance from staff members' home address to said venue, because a lot of you operators out there operate across the city, whether you're like a catering company, a production company, maybe, I mean, venues, a specific venue, if you're just operating a hard front, a standalone venue, that might not matter to you, but this is really cool to see from a company that does work all across the city, right? So you can see actual commute distance. And then below that, we have payroll and HR section. This is like if you're using an ADP, Paychex, Paycor, Paycom, whatever, you might have an HR, a software ID number associated to them for both payroll and HR. You could just plug those in. That way on time tracking, when the payroll reports populate, those numbers would be associated with that staff profile across the top for all the time tracking and payroll purposes. And then down below that, we have custom fields. Custom fields are just that. You create as many custom fields as you want, and they could be whatever you'd like them to be. And then additional options. This is something, if you want to toggle this on, I always recommend to toggle it on, because when you're sending out availability requests, maybe like myself, Jordan, I put on my calendar on Saturday, I'm not available, right? But then it's Wednesday, and then I just realized, oh, Saturday just cleared up. I can remove, letting know I'm available. So all the availability requests you've sent out previously, well, now it'll trigger, it'll go to my account, and I'll get pinged, and they'll say, hey, are you available for all these events? And all those available group availability requests will come to me, and I'll be able to say, yes, I'm available. Now, you might have already staffed them and you don't need them, but in the event someone drops off, now you can see that Jordan said yes, and he is available, so you can put him on. Hopefully that makes sense. That's how you create a staff account. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're here for you. Much love. See you in the next tutorial.